speaking of craziness, I mean, this is pretty insane. So I actually reported on this story when it first came out, and I'm sure you reported on it too, because I know that this pisses a lot of the people I know off. So Merrick Garland is the Attorney General of the United States right now, and he essentially was asked to mobilize the FBI against parents and call them domestic terrorists. Now, whether or not he did at the time, we weren't sure until now. Check this article out. This is absolutely crazy. Whistleblower documents reveal FBI using counterterrorism division to investigate parents. So not only was he asked, he actually went up and did it. All right. He denied it. He even stated on record that he wasn't doing it. So he lied. Okay. So it turns out he lied about it, and they were actually investigating parents and compiling a list. Let's get into it. It's crazy. In a letter addressed to the U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland on Tuesday, Representative Jim Jordan wrote that a whistleblower has revealed that the Federal Bureau of Investigation is using its counter-terrorist division to investigate parents. And I actually have it right here. It says here, last month, during your testimony before the Judiciary Committee, you testified that the Department of Justice and Federal Bureau of Investigation were not using federal counterterrorism tools to target concerned parents at a local school board meetings. We are now in receipt of a protected disclosure from a department whistleblower showing that the FBI Counterterrorism Division is compiling and categorizing threat assessments related to parents, including a document directing FBI personnel to use a specific threat tag to track potential investigations. This new information calls into question the accuracy and the completeness of your sworn testimony, calling him out for lying under oath. This is the Attorney General of the United States.
I truly would expect nothing less of our DOJ and our FBI, so not surprising in the least.
Right?
And the fact that, again, the FBI was even being considered to be weaponized against parents. And that's why it's important, too, that we talked about the whole issue of white supremacy and people being labeled as domestic terrorists because of their skin tone, because of their political leanings. Because look at where that started at, and look at where we're at now.
Yep.
So parents can't
exactly.
even go up in front of a school board and say that they're concerned about their child being shown pornographic material or being sexually assaulted in a bathroom without being called a domestic terrorist. Do we even live in a free country anymore? I mean, where has America gone?
I think we're right on the verge. I think we are seeing the fight back, and that's why it's becoming more and more polarizing. Like that, the Attorney General is saying, if you are fighting for your kids, you're a terrorist. And it's like, we are basically like right on the verge of either losing all of our freedoms and becoming this totalitarian communist state, right? Which is a frightening premise, or we're going to maintain our freedoms. And I think that seeing all the parents fighting, all the people that are watching Nick Rakita, paying attention in the news, people watching me, following you, going to Blaze Media, going to these alternative media sources, because they want the truth. They want to find it out for themselves. They've been locked down. They're sick of being lied to because everyone's connected on the internet. They're seeing, all these like differing stories of what's going on. Why is the story different? I'm going to look into it. And as soon as they do, they're finding out their kids are being shown fellatio in books and being taught that you should judge people on their skin color because everyone's inherently racist. And if you're white, you're the problem and you're oppressing people. And if you're black, you can't do anything because of white people, not because of yourself, not because of anything that you're doing. It's all the system that's been built against you. It's like, this is not what we should be teaching kids. This is, well, first off, because it's not true. All right. And second off, because they're kids. They should be living that. You know what? Kids naturally just want to be friends with everyone. That's just the way it is. Okay.
Adam, isn't it
From what
funny
I know
too,
about kids.
Right. And isn't it so funny how we always see these leftist articles from Slate and HuffPo and blah, blah, blah about like how to teach your child not to be racist. So they're pushing that out in the media while simultaneously pushing, quote, like critical race theory, which is teaching kids how to be racist.
Right.
Like, how does that make any sense? Also, did you see, it was in Fort Worth, actually, this pro CRT parent came to a school board meeting and was threatening other parents and said he had 1,000 militia members locked and loaded, ready to come
Tell
to
us
the
about
school. Yeah, ready to come to the school because the parents were anti-CRT. Is the FBI going to be weaponized against that individual? Is the DOJ going to look into that credible threat? Absolutely not. Also, this guy had ties to, I believe, like the Black Panthers or some black militia group. So again, that's a credible threat. The FBI doesn't give a crap about that because that's the justice system in America, okay? It's only weaponized against law-abiding citizens who have credible reasons to be upset. But if you're a Black Lives Matter arsonist, looter, rioter, you want to go to your local Walmart and loot, under $1,000 in a San Francisco, you're fine. You're off the hook. If you want to threaten parents at a CRT meeting, that's okay. It's okay if you're Black. It's okay if you're pro CRT. You can do that. We are so pro crime in this country now. It's baffling to me.
It is crazy.
Yeah.
We got the Department of Justice going after journalists who have potentially incriminating evidence on the sitting president. Like if Trump, if any other president did that, it would be because I feel like there was a time when people were forced to be held accountable for their actions. And I don't think that's here anymore. If it was Trump, they would never have let it go. But because it's Biden, because it's Hunter, and because it's his daughter and all these connected Bidens, they're using the justice system and abusing their power. Same with Merrick Garland. All of these people that are in control are literally the authoritarian fascists that they were telling you Trump was for the past 4 years. Here, look at this. This is on par with what we were talking about with Attorney General Merrick Garland. This is from Zero Hench. Merrick's daughter, Rebecca Garland, is married to the co-founder of an education resource company that pushes critical race theory. So Eric Garland's own family would be directly benefiting from them keeping critical race theory in the classroom. Talk about a conflict of interest. His own family is benefiting. Of course he knows about this. Of course. He's not going to be paying attention to who's married to his daughter. I mean, if I have kids, when I have kids, I'm going to know everything about their lives. Okay? Until, of course, they become adults and have their own lives. They keep things from me, sure, of course. But, I'm going to know who's married to my kids because I'm going to have them be a part of my life if I'm lucky, right? And I think I'm not really worried about that because, I can't wait to be a dad. But this guy is making changes that affect your kids, my future kids. All right. That I'm going to force them to go to some indoctrination center and be told I'm white. I don't know if you noticed, whatever. Like, that's a big deal. Like, that changes who I am on the inside or who my kids will be. But they're going to be forced to be taught that they need to treat someone differently because of the color of their skin. I'm going to talk to them and teach them that anyone could be awesome. Anyone can break their trust. Anyone could go behind their back and steal from them. You never know, but you learn to who you can trust and who you can't trust. And that's a blanket statement for everyone on this planet. And I want them to know that, because then you're always aware and never having your guard down. And, it's just insane. This critical race theory. I'm so fed up with it. I've been talking about this for months and months and months because they've been pushing it. And I just don't understand how segregation is the answer. That's it. I just do not get it. I'm so fed up with it.